Hello there guys, welcome back to another instalment of Remnant from the Ashes. Right, a couple of things I've realised since my last video that I did on this. I've been basically just going around killing some stuff to get some loot, and whilst doing that, I discovered almost by accident that I could smash open loads of things that don't look like you can smash them open. Now, when you smash them open, you get a little bit of scrap, and if you're wearing the Adventurer leggings and tunic, these, you get a bit more scrap, or the chance to get a bit more scrap. So, I've put these on, and I've been going around just looting things.
Take care, my friend.
Thank you very much. I was going to see if I could kind of upgrade them to make them better for collecting scrap, but I really can't. Now, even in your sort of base area, there's still loads of stuff you can smash. I don't know if I've smashed it all, but anything that looks like it's made of wood, like a bookshelf, a box, anything like that, a wardrobe, you can sort of smash them up. Even just like a pile of crates. I think I've got everything now. There is something around here. The metal things you can't smash. See that box there? If I could reach it, I'd be able to smash that. In fact, I'll smash it with my gun. There you go. And then sometimes, but not always, scrap will appear that you can collect. And obviously there's a greater chance of getting more scrap if you're wearing this outfit. So I went around smashing up everything that I could, collected loads of extra little bits of loot, and then upgraded myself. Now, whilst I was doing that, I found something else. So I'll go and show you.
No trouble in the ward, got it?
Going the wrong bloody way. In fact, there's two things I want to show you. Right, the first one is if I go through here and I teleport to the hideout, there was a bookshelf against the wall, and when I smashed it, there was a hole that I could crawl through. So I crawled through the hole, and when I went through there, there was a couple of little goodies I could pick up. Now, in there was these, I think it was this or this, one of these two, the Drifter's overcoat. It was either this. Yes, it was the Drifter's overcoat. Now, I'm not really interested in getting better stamina stats, so I'm not going to be wearing it, but it's nice that I found it. And also there were some Drifter trousers as well, but there wasn't a helmet. So that was inside the place that I normally teleport to by smashing a bookshelf and then crawling through a hole in the wall. Right, I didn't want to go through there and actually show you because I want to go somewhere else instead. So, the other thing I've realised, and I can't believe that I didn't realise this before, is that if I go downstairs... Where is downstairs? It's over there. Alright, if I go down to Ward 13, I've actually got a bloody key to get in Ward 13. So it's not this one, is it? I think it's the next one down. So I've not been down here since the beginning of the game. Yeah, it's Ward 13. And I've got a key for this. I completely forgot. But I collected it ages ago. So in my inventory, in my quest items, is this. A Ward 13 keycard, which obviously is going to work in here. So let's use it. So, let's see where this leads us. I'm imagining it's going to open up a bit more story. Right, I've still got my adventurer stuff on. So if I smash stuff, I will be getting a little bit more loot. I want that book. Right, the Tome of Knowledge. Oh, that's just going to give us an extra trait point, so let's spend that. I'm not interested in the Shadow Walker. Spirit is helping with this. I did consider going back into the Cultist Armour, because you can get up to a 40% boost on your mod. Now, I don't know, but I've now come to the conclusion that possibly the way that your mod regenerates is when you kill stuff. And if you've got a 40% boost, it's going to, regenerate almost twice as fast. That's what I think's happening with it, but I don't really know. I'm not so bothered about endurance, but vigor's always going to be useful, so I'll plonk this one in there again. But yeah, I might put some more on that mod power generation thing, because that is also useful. Right, let's have a look at the computer then. Right, hit any key to continue. Ward 13, command and control access terminals. No unauthorized access. Electronic mail. Right, the 15th of the 9th, 1968, security protocol update from Commander Nathan Haskell. Subject, security protocol update. Due to recent events, we will be amending our security protocol to require an additional photo ID check upon entry to Ward 13. Entry will still require use of the personal security cards, however, an additional ID check will be performed on entry to the ward. All security officers have been notified of the change, and the new protocol will be in effect immediately. Commander Nathan Haskell. Right, I've got to tell you, my bank has changed its security protocols. And they're very annoying. Right, I'm trying to log into my online banking today, and they said, we just need to confirm that you are who you say you are. I've got two options. One is send me a text message with a code. You'd think that would be quite simple, wouldn't you? But they will only send that to an English phone, not to my phone in Colombia. The other option was to send me an email. But Colombia is a blacklisted country on my bank, and any email they send to me, I will never ever receive. I've had an absolute nightmare trying to do this. Also, because my country is a blacklisted country by my bank, I can't phone them. So I have to go on their Facebook chat, and then they have to phone me, and then they have to transfer me, and that process alone takes about an hour before they agree to do that. I've had such a nightmare with them today, it's been insane. In the end, I had to rely on my niece and use her phone and her email address in England so that they would send the confirmation to her and then she'd send it to me. I was like, this is insane, trying to confirm with an email address or a text, which are things that are not that secure. I was like, I can send you a photo right now of me holding my passport next to my face with a picture of me on it. That's a pretty secure way of confirming who you are, but no, they wouldn't have it. Anyway, I digress, but it's been driving me crazy all day. Right, let's get back in here and look at the other thing. Oh, was that it? That wasn't it, was it? Just this? Oh yeah, okay, well that wasn't very interesting. But it made me think of my bank that have been annoying me all day. Right, so, is that metal or wood? Let's find out. It's wood, so we can smash it. See? A little bit of... Oh, iron! Awesome! Right, so that wooden bookshelf has given us a little bit of iron and 14 pieces of scrap as well. So, yeah, do whack things with your axe because they break. But only the... Now, the chairs break, but I've never had any scrap out of the chairs. I don't know whether that's just bad luck or what. Yep, it's just bad luck because that one's got scrap in it. Right, so now we know. Right, so yeah, smash chairs, smash bookshelves, and I don't think these break. So far, everything that looks metal doesn't break, but anything that looks wooden does break. So this will probably break. Yeah. And sometimes, as I saw at that hideout, you break something and then you can crouch down and crawl through a little hole. So that's certainly worth doing. If I can break this. No. I assume it wouldn't break if I shot it. I don't think it's a case of my axe isn't strong enough. I just think some things don't break. Right, so this is all new to me now. Ward 13. Another computer. Hit any key. Ward 13, command and control access terminal. Logs. Casa. Eureka! It's taken us months, but we have finally reconnected a dreamer to Gabriel's world. Subject 24191 is online. A new bonded entity is vastly different from the previous one. Visual recordings are dim, but audio is greatly enhanced, so much so that our equipment cannot accurately record all of it. The new Guardian is belligerent towards the inhabitants, malicious even. I suspect it shares memories with the previous Guardian. Consciously or not, it knows what the Fuzzies did, and it treats them accordingly. Fascinating. Right, this is getting a bit juicy, isn't it? Physical expedition. Right, sounds like the high-ups are planning an honest-to-God physical expedition to one of the worlds. Commander Neville has requested an operations manager to submit our recommendations. Given that things we've seen since bringing Casa online, the Guardian, the root creatures, the massacres, I think it's obvious what our stance has to be. Right, so they don't want to go. June the 20th, 1968, Casa's equipment is going bonkers. It keeps resetting itself to a specific set of parameters, not just the dreaming harness, but the recording equipment, diagnostics, and even the life support. The effect seems to be coming from Casa herself. But none of us understand how that's possible. Per procedure, we've tried to sedate and reboot Casa, but that has proven impossible. The system ignores our commands for sedation. Reg tried physically administering the drugs, of course, but the system automatically applied a reversal agent. I'm concerned if we try to overpower the system, we're going to end up killing the dreamer. On the other hand, that may be our only option. If this feedback loop doesn't resolve itself, we'll continue our observations for now. But after what happened with Gabriel and Clementine, I'm worried. They're everywhere. The root creatures from Cass's world. We were unprepared. How could we be? They attacked so quickly. Reggie's dead. So many are dead. We've lost contact with Ward 16 and 17, maybe others. Those of us still alive have locked ourselves in Cass's room for now, but it won't be long before we're discovered. What the hell is happening? I thought Reg was the dude with the artificial leg that was selling me things and then saying, "Hello, you're a fresh face." I really did, and I was thinking, then the date must be around the early 70s then, being 1971 as the latest date we've seen so far in your diary. But obviously that's not Reg, because Reg is dead. The Dreamers. They're after the Dreamers. They've killed all but Casper already. It's just a matter of time. Except they aren't pounding on our door. They must know we're in here. If they're after the Dreamers, why would they leave us alone? Unless, oh God, Casa, she's the gate. That's what I have to do then. We don't have any other choice. If we leave this room, they'll slaughter us. And if I'm wrong, one more dead Dreamer won't matter much if we're all dead. And next we have Abandoned. But I'm going to have a swig of my coffee before it goes too cold. Right, it's done. The system fought us every turn, and then the root creatures began pounding at the door as though they knew what we were trying to do. But it's over. She's dead. And the roots are still out there. We're preparing to make one final run for it. I don't know how far we'll get, but we'll die if we stay here. Hasgard's Dreamer was in the feedback loop too. We have to tell them. If I was right about her being the gate, then something file corrupt. Right, it's getting juicy. And that is all. Right, what else we got then? Electronic mail. There is a draft. Dearest Reg, I know you're dying to learn about the government's been doing since I moved into Ward 13. There's so much to tell. I don't even know where to start. The red crystals weren't anything we thought, Reg. They were not power sources at all. They're conduits through space itself. I know, I wouldn't have believed it either. Wait until you see what they're doing. They're connecting test subjects, dreamers, they call them, to stop kind of guardian entities into other worlds. Hang on. To some kind of guardian entities in the worlds, I do apologise. I don't mean other planets, I mean parallel worlds, side by side, with Earth, but completely inaccessible apart from the crystals. Ford and Hasgard. Do you remember Captain Ford? Dear, he was the recruitment officer who visited us at the university. I have a few dreamers on at Atoll Offshore, and the preliminary reports sound like fairy tales, fauns, goblins, even magic. Of course, it can't actually be magic, but it certainly feels like it based on our current understanding of the physics. It's hard to explain without being able to show you, Reg, but they won't let that happen until your transfer goes through. I don't even know if they'll allow us to let her out, to be honest. It's fine. I'll show everything in person when you arrive. Our ward already has 2 dreamers connected. I'm supervising activation of a third in a few days, Gabriel. They call him, though I get the feeling it's not his real name. I can't wait to see you. I can't wait to see... I can't wait to see what he sees. That was so confusing. To start investigating one of these worlds for myself. We're on the verge of something amazing, Reg. There's so much more to the universe than anyone even thought possible. Even Einstein. What wonders might be out there just lying in wait for our discovery? I'll see you soon, Belinda. Carlisle. Right. That was a draft, so she never sent it. Let's have a look at the reports. Report for subject 24191. Subject 24191. Preliminary observations and findings. Author, Dr. Belinda Marsh. Operations Research Analysis Manager, Ward 13. Abstract. Commander Neville has asked for recommendations on which world should be chosen for our first physical expedition. Subject 2419-1 is the second dreamer bonded to the so-called Fuzzies world. But the world has changed drastically since the loss of the previous dreamer, with a new guardian entity, a new invading species, and widespread alterations to the world and inhabitants. It is fair to say it is no longer the Fuzzies' world, and it is highly dangerous. It is my recommendation that we do not send a physical expedition to this world at this time. Keyword subject 2419 Gabriel, Casa, Dreamer, Fuzzies, Root Creatures. Background. Last year, subject 2419, known as Gabriel, died in the Dreamer's chair when his guardian entity was killed by the inhabitants of his world, informally known as the Fuzzies. The Fuzzies were intelligent and warlike, yet they were caring towards each other. We still do not know why they turned on their guardian. In February of this year, we were finally successful in connecting a second Dreamer when subject 2419-1, herein referred to as Casa, bonded to what appears to be the new guardian in the same world. We have been feverishly gathering data ever since. Preliminary findings. Casa's world is almost completely unrecognisable from before. Gabriel observed what appeared to be a massive living organism populated by small, fur-covered creatures called Fuzzies. Casa, however, sees the world covered in root-like growths with little of the original landscape visible underneath it. Fuzzies are rarely seen at all, at least not alive. The world is now populated by new, violent species of creature. It is unclear where this new species comes from. We saw no evidence of them in Gabriel's recordings, but they have eliminated a large percentage of the former population in a very short amount of time. The new species appears to be plant-based, bearing a resemblance to the motile trees or roots, or motile I imagine that is. These creatures are violent and destructive, actively hunting the Fuzzies, slaughtering them and leaving the bodies behind while they hunt more. We believe there may still be Fuzzies alive in the hiding, but given the ferocity of the root species, it's unlikely they'll remain so very long. Conclusion and recommendation: I believe the Fuzzies will not survive without some kind of intervention. However, I cannot recommend that a human scouting party visit Casa's world at this time. It is likely the root species will treat us the same as the Fuzzies, and given the speed and ferocity with which they fight, a lone scouting party will not stand a chance. Even with modern weapons. For now, I believe it is best that we continue with our observations to learn what we can about this new species before engaging them. Right, we're just going to do a systems diagnostic. I'm pretty sure everything's going to be fine. Right, the uplink is fine, the memory is fine. Is that it? Nothing else? Right, we are done. Let's get out of here. There we go, guys. What else can we smash with our axe? Probably that chair. Hey, yeah! Didn't give us anything. Ooh, what was that above my head then? Just a pipe. See, look, all these bookshelves and things. So yeah, if you're playing this game and you've not done this, there's quite a lot of stuff you can smash, but it's not obvious you can smash any of it. I don't know if I'll be able to smash that. No, it's metal. Oh, hello, there's a potion in there. Let's get in there and get that potion. Oh. Is there a way in there that I've not spied? Oh yeah, there's a door. I totally didn't see that. Oh, I'm so blind. I like that. Hello, skeleton dude. Let's make some shadow monsters. Oh, you can't smash metal tables if they've got projectors on top of them. But it's always worth having a crack at things that are against the wall, because that's how I found that kind of like secret passageway that led to some armour. It was a bookshelf just like this. That's what it was, and it was hiding a secret hole. But it was only by absolute chance that I did smash something that, to me, didn't look like it was smashable. This scrap just appeared from that bookshelf through the wall. Right, I was going to say I'm not going to go this way, I'm going to go the other way first, but looking at the little mini-map, this does look like a dead end, so I'll actually go this way first. You can jump through these as well. She smashes it as you jump, She smashes her way through. Which I also discovered by accident. I was thinking that I wouldn't be able to jump through. I sort of panicked because something was attacking me. And I just jumped through a broken window. So there you go. It's a bit shit going around and having to smack everything with the axe, though. It really is. Right, we've got another computer that we're going to spend half an hour reading. Let's have a look. Right. Ward 13, Command and Control Access Terminal. No unauthorized access. Logs. No signal. Subject 2409 is online, vitals are stable, but we're receiving no visual information, and the audio consists only of a low, persistent rumble, interspersed with seemingly random series of clicks. Attempts to find a pattern in the clicks have so far been fruitless. Is that my phone? Oh, bear with me a sec, guys. Yes, it is. It's my wife. Hola. Hola, mi amor. ¿Qué pasó? Muy bien. Okay. Yes. Right. So how long have you been? Okay. Right, I should see you in about 20 minutes then. Okay, ciao. Bye-bye. Bye. Right, my wife is coming home early because the strikes that were on in Colombia yesterday are on again today. She works for a bank, and yesterday quite a few branches of her bank just got smashed and looted, and they tore out cash point machines and stole all the money and smashed the windows, etc. Which I kind of feel really, really sorry for her boss, the president of the bank, because it's not like a big corporation. Her bank is family owned, and it kind of all stems from just one guy that started the bank many, many years ago. And whenever they have anything to do with her work, it's always like a very family event. And they're quite nice people, they really are. So I do feel very sorry for him, because the book stops at him. Obviously you'll have insurances and things like that, but it's still quite heartbreaking to see your business that you spent your life developing and you're very passionate about being destroyed by people that are rampaging through streets. So that's happening again, so she's coming home early. Right, let's have a crack at this then. Sorry about that short interruption, and I'm only going to be recording for the next 15 or 20 minutes because then she will arrive home. Right, attempts to find a pattern in the clicks have so far been fruitless. I'm convinced there's nothing more than signal noise, perhaps errors in the recording equipment amplified by the dreamer's subconscious. Or perhaps there's no signal at all. We've never tested what happens when a dreamer connects with nothing. Most likely Dr. Hasgard, read the runes wrong. We're awaiting confirmation. Right, Ward 16 reply. Hasgard claims he's not wrong, and he suggests we continue monitoring. We'll do so only as CYA. I don't know what that means. Looks like we're stuck here for a while. I'm trying to work out what CYA means, but I don't know. Right, a note from the private waters. Dr. Itzazo, I think. I heard a change in the audio last night. For about 20 minutes, starting at 2:11, I heard some kind of singing. That's the only way that I can think to describe it. It was on top of the regular rumble of clicks. I left the tape in your office for your review. Also, be advised that I may have seen an anomaly on video as well. A brief, very faint pulse of light during the time of the audio anomaly. It may just have been an artifact on the screen, though, or even my imagination. It was very late, after all. Right, light show. Hal, I owe Hasgard 10 books. For about 2 hours on April the 16th, 1966, Subject 2409's visuals lit up like the goddamn 4th of July. Dozens of lights pulsed on and off with no pattern that we've been yet able to discern. Colours varied but remained mostly between blue and yellow wavelengths. After approximately 145 minutes, the pulsing began to decrease in frequency, and by T plus 160, they had ceased entirely. Audio was unchanged during this time. Finally, we have proof this dreamer is connected to something. Asgard is never going to let this drop. Hurrah! File corrupted. I guess that's going to be all of the error files are going to be the same. I'll just try them anyway. Yeah, file corrupted. And the last one, file corrupted, as expected. Right, so there we go. That's all the information from this terminal. Let's do a systems diagnostic. Success! Success! Beautiful. Right, let's get out of here. And see if there's anything else of interest. Can I smash this? Of course not. Are we going to progress along our merry way, along here? I'm sure them things there might be useful. Right, we make sure I don't miss any of the rooms. Ooh, hello. Something's definitely happened in here. Look at that, that's awesome. It's a bit of a shame that you can't see inside those drawers, look. It's just like a metal edge. It's melted the sink. Very suspicious. Right, we've got another terminal to be having a look at. War 13, command and control access terminal. No unauthorized access, although we have no passwords whatsoever. A/C. In this room, please keep the air conditioner on at all times. The Dreamer's entity lives in a frozen world in some places, colder than any recorded measurement on Earth, and it seems to reflect aspects of that bond. In particular, she shows physical signs of discomfort at any temperature above 55 degrees. Those working in this area are encouraged to wear layers. That's an error, I'm not going to look at it. Minor abnormality. The Guardian came across a clutch of orphan... A clutch of what? Orphanged polars? I don't know what they are. Apparently they have been lost in a blizzard. Polar bears? But the effect of Clementine was unexpected. Her noradrenaline levels dropped and her body showed signs of lacrimation. Most of the team believes the Guardian, the Dreamers, or both were saddened at the discovery, but we have no record of Guardians ever eliciting emotions. If only we could record emotional states somehow. It's unfortunate that we can't speak to the Dreamers without waking them, and that we can't wake them without risking loss of the bond. New procedures. For your information, per Commander Neville's orders, we have sedated Clementine until her noradrenaline levels return back to normal. I guess this is now standard operating procedure whenever a Dreamer exhibits any potential unstable behaviour. I suspect that the source of this edict is Captain Ford. After what happened with Gabriel and with Hasgard about to connect to a new Dreamer to this clawbone entity, I'm guessing Ford doesn't want any more unnecessary risks. He's probably right. Sorry, I'm having trouble reading, so I've got something going on in my mind. Right, janitor. Could someone please tell the janitor to leave the air conditioning on? That's the third time. Sort it out. Right. Error, lost frame. Something to do with Clementine. Disintegration at all. Rather, I think she shifted somehow. That she still exists somewhere along with everything else, including the poor janitor. Unfortunately, as to why, I have only conjecture. Reviewing Clementine's final tape shows something. In the very last frame, in one darkened corner, you can see something. This to be Clawbone? Hasgard always described his unknown entity in fantastic terms, but what if he wasn't exaggerating? We know he brought his Dreamer online at approximately the same time Clementine disappeared after all. Right, there we go. That's that one done. Can I smash anything in here? Nope. I didn't go in this one yet, did I? Oh dear. What a mess. I wonder if I can tickle their feet with my axe. Oh, that would have bloody hurt, wouldn't it? Well, I can make that box do a little jump, even if I can't break it. Yeah, I can just make it jump. Right, let's have a little look in here. Log. Gabriel. The dreamer known as Gabriel, subject 2419, is online. Data's coming faster than we can deal with it. Gabriel's bonded entity guards a literal living world, some kind of massive biological organism that houses the Guardian within it. The ground is flesh and responds to stimuli. The air is thick with moisture. The breeze shifts cyclically like breathing. The inhabitants of the world are equally fascinating, small, fur-covered bipedals that we've dubbed fuzzies for their resemblance to creatures from H. Beam Piper's novels. They appear to be sentient. They have no spoken language, but they build tools and structures from bone-like growths found throughout their world. These observations are preliminary, of course, but they're so exciting. A new species, first contact. What revelations might we uncover? Fuzzies distrust. The Fuzzies have been acting stranger. At first, they had a kind of God-worshipper relationship with Gabriel's entity, but we've recently seen signs of fear and distrust. A few even threw rocks at their guardian. Could Gabriel's bond have somehow caused this? We've been very careful to observe only, not to interfere, but maybe the Fuzzies detected some subtle change we could not predict. Too subtle for us to notice, yet strong enough to cause a violent reaction? That seems implausible. A minority of my team is concerned this will affect our experiment. One team member is worried Gabriel himself might be in danger, though I've seen no evidence of that. Gabriel's vitals have been unaffected by the random attacks. A more valid concern is that the very act of observing is affecting what we observe. That may be valid, but it's not the reason enough to wake the dreamer. Well, not yet. Uprising. Gabriel was attacked today, or rather the Guardian was. We're combing our records for any signs of provocation on our part, but so far I've found nothing. Gabriel's been completely passive, allowing the Guardian to act independently. Most likely, whatever's happening predates Gabriel's bond. There have been more calls from the team to wake Gabriel, still minority, but... well, it's time that his heart rate rose briefly during the attacks. Oh, sorry, it's true. It's true that his heart rate rose briefly during the attacks, but there have been no other signs the attacks affected him in any way. I've ordered observations to continue. We will see this through. And termination. Subject 2419 has been declared dead on Sunday, April the 3rd, 1966. His guardian was killed. His body, consequently, suffered a cardiac arrest. We lost input immediately. Needless to say, my team is devastated. And yet, this presents exciting new information. This is the first time a dreamer has died in the chair. Tragic though Gabriel's death is, it proves the bond between dreamer and guardian is even stronger than we knew. Research into the fuzzy world has been put on hold for now. Our previous observations and these log entries will be transferred to another room for study while Gabriel's chair is prepared for the next dreamer. I know we'll be back. There's so much yet to learn. What happens when a world's guardian dies anyway? Right, we're done. I'm not going to do a systems diagnostic. I wonder if you do them all, something happens, and it won't happen now because I didn't do this one. I'll be able to smash that thing in the back corner over there. Probably a waste of my time. If I can get to it. Hey, yeah! I'll smash it with my gun. Maybe I can't. Let's try again. Oh, I'll tell you what, this gun, it's the Hunter pistol, it's really good. It's so accurate from a real long distance and it maintains its power. So you can just pick creatures off, and even if there's a few standing next to each other, they don't even aggro and come to you at all. So yeah, it's a very, very good gun. I'm very impressed with it. At first I thought it'd be rubbish, but it's not. It's good. I hope this doesn't go downstairs. Oh, it goes upstairs. I thought this would be a dead end, and I wanted to go the dead end direction first. But obviously it's not a dead end, and I've now come to a door, which I don't have the key to. That's not going to work. That doesn't appear to do anything. Right, slide it down the side of the door. Don't stick it in the keyhole. Right, so there is a door here, and I ain't got the key for it yet. So let's now backtrack to the place where I went the other way, because there were two options. So I'm now going to back all the way down here. And hang on. I was going to say this is the way I didn't go, isn't it? But it only looks like this. Bloody hell, look at all this in here. Oh, hello. Oh, I got the fuse. Right, brilliant. Oh, I know where that goes. So we have the fuse. There's nothing else in here that I can pick up. Right, let's go and put the fuse in then. That's downstairs on the ground floor. Am I going the right way or wrong way? I believe I'm going the right way. Did I check all these rooms? If I did, I didn't break this stuff. Oh no, look, there's a tape recorder. Ooh, I've got a trait. Well, that's obviously the recording that we were talking about with the little pulse and stuff. It's quite good, isn't it? I like that. So now I've got another trait, so let's see what it is, because I might put points into it. Outer knowledge, current experience. Right, it's an experience point bonus. So I just get more experience. So I'd level up quicker with that. It's not that exciting, is it? Right, so obviously I hadn't been in that room. I'm now totally spun around and I'm not sure where I have or haven't been. Well, there's something on the floor here, so I ain't been in here. Unless I came in here and then missed that. I think I have been in here, didn't I? I went to that terminal. Yeah, I have been in these rooms. So let's go downstairs and use the fuse. Lovely jubbly, we're making progress. Things are happening. And it's not just me getting killed. Right, I'm going to pop this fuse in and I'm going to have to call it a day because my wife will be home any second. It's not nice that Columbia's got all these riots going on, but it's pretty good that she comes home early. Go on, do it. Right, yeah, I'll put the fuse in, I think. Oh look, it appeared before she put it in. Right, now I'll switch the thing on. Check me out. Does that mean this door's open now? Can I use my card in here? Yes. Right, guys. I can now go in there, but I'm not going to. Right, I'll start the next video by going through this door. But there's a couple of things that I want to get sorted before my wife actually arrives home, and that's only going to be 5 or 10 minutes. So I'll see you in the next video. Isn't it getting exciting? Right, see you soon. You take care. Oh, yeah, and on this game, if you just exit, it doesn't save. You have to save on a crystal. So, does this save? Right, exit to main menu, gameplay. Right, I just kind of like shut my Xbox down and I loaded it back up and I was not where I thought I would be. I don't know whether going to the system menu will save. Let's find out. Yeah, it is, look, top left corner, it is saving. So thank God for that. Right, I'm going to jump straight back in and just make sure it saves. Because yeah, if you're playing this game, don't just think that if you go to your home screen and then turn your Xbox off, that's going to work. It doesn't. I'm going to wait. As long as this takes, I'm definitely waiting to confirm that that's saved. Oh, that was a tease. Oh, you are kidding me! Holy shit! Right, so let's have a look at my traits. Oh, I've still got the outer knowledge thing. Let's have a look at my inventory. Let's have a look at my quest items. Right, I haven't got the fuse. So yeah, it did save, but it put me here, excuse me, when I loaded up. So not where I was, which was in front of the door I wanted to walk through. So it does save, but when you load up, you're not where you expect to be. Right, guys, I'll see. Well, it's quite handy, actually, because I'm quite close to where I could upgrade things, so I might have a little look at doing that. Right, see you in the next video, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.